Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Put down the chat. Where you guys coming from? What is your biggest why? Why are you here? Okay. Welcome, welcome. And turn on your camera, guys. This is Dr. Chau, not live, not Dr. Chau AI. Okay, so it's real. It's me and you. See you on the call here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I don't take it lightly at all. I do everything in my power to make it worth your while. So put down in the chat for me, what's your dreams? What's your goal? What's your vision? Okay. Awesome. I see you. Diane, thank you for turning on the camera. Good to see you. Bridget. All right. Felisa, I can have you. Jamaica, John. Priscilla, Lucy, Brett. Come on, guys. 100K a month. Let's go. Got Jim on the line too. Shoot. There you go. Welcome, welcome. So, yes, what is your why? I want to know. What is your why? And what's your deep why? 7-level why. My mentor, Tony Robbins, billionaire Tony Robbins, told us how to do your why, how to do your dream. 7-level deep, guys. That's 7-level deep of your dreams, your goals, okay? 7-level. Why do you want that? Okay, Diane, 100K a month. That's great, right? Now, why do you want that? And then why is that important for you? And then why is that important for you? You do that 7 times, and I guarantee you, the answer is gonna blow your mind. Okay? You know when you do it right, when you get emotional about it, when you're actually crying or something. So, that's right, John Tampa. Welcome to Jamaica, California. Retired early travel abroad. Amen to that. Amen to that. Where would you travel to? Where would you go? If anything is possible. If anything is possible, where would you guys go? Okay. For me, I always had a dream of booking a one-way ticket to a country, and however long we like it, that's how long we're gonna stay. And that's exactly what we did with Costa Rica. Literally, just this beginning of this year. Went there like end of January and ended up staying for 3 months instead of 3 weeks like we were thinking. Right? And then we heard about Tulum on the way in Costa Rica. Tulum is a vibe, is amazing. So we went to Tulum for a couple weeks, right? So boom. You see what I'm saying? That's the dream. It can only happen when you have 4 types of freedom. What kind of freedom is it? Money freedom, which a lot of people have, doctor, lawyer, but they don't have the time freedom. The time freedom, do whatever you want to do. Okay? And even if you do, a lot of the people don't have the relationship freedom. Right? Relationship freedom, where they can say no to anybody they don't want to. Right? That's the relationship freedom, which a lot of people don't have, even if they have a lot of money or time freedom. This business you do, because where else can you get a business where the client they don't need to talk to you, they don't even need to see you, and they wire you monthly passive income, right? Only in this business, you see? So that's why, I'm talking about relationship freedom here. And then when you have that, there's also one more type of freedom, is location freedom, right? Location freedom. Can you work from anywhere around the world? Is a 4-hour work week true? Absolutely. Okay. I'm a testimony of that, and we have helped hundreds of people just like you nationwide to help to do that as well, right? So that's why, if anything is possible, what will you do with your life, with your time, with your family? Okay. Travel the world. This will be a real example of making this world a better place that anyone can achieve the abundance and be a lot more than they were taught to believe. Amen to that. My microphone is scratchy. Is the sound okay, guys? You guys hear me okay? Somebody put out a chat. Hopefully There's wind in my microphone. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, I gotta move back in. I want to be outside. It's so nice and beautiful here. I'll show you my view before I move back in. We got to the content, but the dream is as important as the content. Trust me, okay? Because without the dream, nothing can happen. So check this out. That's Malibu Beach right there, baby. One of the most bougiest, expensive places in the world. So thank you for letting me know about that sound thing. Okay, so I'm gonna move back in for a moment here. While I do that, put down the chat. You know, who else? Who in your family must you fight for? Who in your life must you fight for? Right? And then also, whoever got did their homework. Who did their homework yesterday? Find some deals, some properties. Post some link in the chat. I want to see what you found. What are some of your best deals that you found? All right, when you were here doing arbitrage. Okay, so all right, let's make it happen, guys. Okay, let me see here. It's awesome. Walk this beach every day, baby. Let's go. Okay, moving back in. Yes, I am back. So that's great. Okay, what we want to know is, anybody got any deals? Anybody got any deals? Anybody got any deals? It's all about the deals. Okay, let's find a deal. Let's make a deal happen. Okay, you only need a few good deals to retire, to change the world, help a lot of people, right? Felicia, give Felicia a hand. She got some deals. Let's look at them. What about you guys? And if you don't have deal, here's something you can drop. Some wisdom from yesterday. A lot of people, or some people wasn't here yesterday. What did you learn yesterday? Okay, what did you learn yesterday? Fight for my elderly mother. Amen to that. Thank God. Yeah, I retired my mom when 7 years ago, and never looked back. Retired my dad too. My even my grandma. So yeah, that was fun. Taking them around the world, right? That's what I'm talking about. Because you're gonna do more for other people than you do for yourself, right? So just know that you will do more for other people than you do for yourself. So that's why you want to figure out who you must fight for. Okay. All right. Learn the script, make the call, amen. Let's go. Highways, hospital, and hotel. Exactly. Arbitrage is high leverage with asymmetrical risk to reward versus traditional real estate investment route. Exactly. It's asymmetrical because you're only risking a few $1,000 instead of your life saving with traditional real estate investment, right? Hey, if it doesn't work out, guess what? You just lose the 1 month rent and 1 month deposit. It's just like a few $1,000. Big deal. Anybody can be recover from that, and anybody can, 10x that, right? As far as do 10 houses instead of just one. For one house that you buy, you can do 10 of these arbitrage, and 100 properties that you can manage for other people or partner. When you partner up, especially partner up, here's a crazy idea: zero money down. You guys want to know how to get in this business? Zero money down, leveraging unlimited opportunities. Pay close attention. The easiest way: find frustrated, burnout landlords, especially the vacation rental space, and offer them corporate housing service, corporate housing partnership, insurance housing, and then you just connecting the dots like Steve Jobs said. You come learn from us, we got all the connections, all the resources, and then you go, you go help the burnt out, frustrated landlord who running vacation rental, and they don't know what they're doing, so they're not making any money. And you partner with them. They already have the house. They already got the furniture. They're already set up. Boom, voila! You make unlimited profit as fast as you can. You see, that's zero money down. That's the ultimate leverage. Leverage somebody else's property, leverage somebody else's furniture, leverage somebody else, everything. So anyway, sounds good. I just gave you a big gem right there. And you understand that? Boom. How you find tired STR landlord? Great question. Very easy. Go to the Airbnb. Find your local area. Look at the calendar. If their calendar is empty for months or just a couple of booking here and there, and they only have like a couple of listing, those are the one who are more likely to be needing your help. If you go on Zillow, find rental that are listed for over 60 days, these people are desperate. They need to get rented. See? So once you know what to do, finding the deal is very easy in this business. It's unlike a lot of traditional real estate. Jim will tell you, he's one of my students who was just, he's on here too. Jim, put down some things in the chat too. You can and help some people here. He's has experience. How many years in fix and flip? And how hard is it for you to find a deal, right? So that can really open up some people's minds, right? Okay, I have 2 properties now on the 3rd one. Nice. iPhone. Awesome. iPhone, what's your name? Leverage is king. That's right. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna get started here. Today we're gonna go over some deals. You got some deals, put it down in the chat. You have some questions about yesterday, put down in the chat as well. And let's look at some deals, and then we're gonna talk about how to set up to stand out. Then we're gonna talk about how to tap into corporate clients and get that financial freedom. So what I can promise you is I do everything in my power to make it worth your while. All I need is a few things from you. Is number one, being coachable. That's the most important thing we look for in my students, right? We don't just accept everybody, we interview everybody, okay? The second thing we look for is a good positive attitude, right? And the third thing we look for is being a giver, not just a taker. That's how we build a community. Okay, so if I can have your undivided attention for the next hour and a half here, I can guarantee you that I will give you my very best of the 20 years entrepreneurship experience that I have, the 10 years in corporate housing, and $1 million I invest in myself to learn from the billionaires like Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, and Sir Richard Branson. I actually able to be in their inner circle, travel the world with a lot of them, and play chess with Sir Richard Branson several times. So these guys worth billions of dollars, and I want to pass on what I learned from them to you. How many here want to learn what billionaires know? Okay, there you go. So let's make it happen. All right, let's get you going. Okay, for Lisa, here's the deal. So I want to look at that for her because she did the homework. So great job. Great job. So let's pop these deals open here, see which one I like the most. All right. Let's make it happen. Amen. Okay. So remember, guys, what are the criteria to look for? Are we into apartment, condos, or single family home? How many bedroom? What are some other things we look for? If you say Single family, you're right. Okay. The sweet spot is actually 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. But if you're in, crazy rent places like Seattle, 3 bedroom would do. Okay, at least 3 bedroom. Good. What else? What else we're looking for? Single story or 2 story? Pet friendly or no? Kind of give it away now, huh? That's right. Allow pets, 1 story. Good. Exactly. Why? Can anybody tell me why? Good, Priscilla. Good, Bridget. Good, Felisa. Give them a hand. Somebody will pay attention here. That's awesome. Right? So check this out. So this is, look like I got some furniture in here already. So the first thing you look for before you go into any deal is the location, right? Why? Anybody tell me why? Why is location the most important thing? The 3 X's, that's correct. But why location, location, location? Yes, furnishing quite updated, good. Accessibility, very correct. Good, good, good. But the reason why it's location, location, location is the one thing that you cannot change. Exactly, Jim, good. All these are correct answer. But location is the most important because it's the one thing that you cannot change about the property, right? You can change everything else about the property. You can tear it down, rebuild it, whatever. But if you have the wrong location, tough luck. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a crappy house in the right location, you can just fix it up and voila. You see, so location is so important. The second most important behind the location is what? Anybody can tell me that? I'm just curious, anybody know? The second most important thing in a real estate deal behind location is, drum roll, price of rent. Good guess, but no. Okay, so while people are guessing on that, I want to look at the hospital around. And there's some hospital here, Kaiser. Oh, there's like 3 hospital. That's great. That's awesome. 3 hospital within 5-10 minutes driving. Good. Hotels. Competition. Yeah, that could be part of it too. Okay, so hotel, you zoom in here. There are some hotel around. Okay, okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay. And also looking at highway crossing. Are these highway crossing? It's close to highway, yes. Okay, this is called highway crossing. In 2 highway intersect, right? And there's 2 highway intersect down here, and they're probably located right around here. Very central. It's literally called the Central District right there. Okay. Good. So far, locations are good. So good. Okay. The second most important thing with a deal is the view. The view, you cannot change the view. Okay, right? You cannot change the view. The view is the second most important thing in the real estate deal. Make sense? Awesome. Okay, so location we established is decent, good, so we can explore it further. The market rent, is this comparable in the market rent? It actually is in Seattle, about 4,000, right? Max is 5,000. If you're in like Texas or South Carolina, this is outrageous. Okay, I know. But hey, it's Seattle. But the good thing is, the higher the rent, the more you can charge the corporate clients. You can charge the corporate client 8,000, 9,000 for this. So you may end up making like 3 or 4,000 a month instead of, 2,000 a month. You see, so that's why it works. Okay, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. I like that. See, in Seattle, it's very hard to find a 4-bedroom that is around this pricing. So great job, Felicia, for taking action. She told me she found like 10 deals, and that's what I'm talking about. Action taker, Massive action is the key all, guys. Massive action is the key all. That's why I learned from Tony Robbins. Massive action is the key all. So check this out, guys. Look at this beautiful kitchen. You see this? Brand new. The flooring, everything is brand new. You know how much they cost to renovate this place? Landscaping look good too. Quite a bit, right, Jim? At least 50K, 100K. Actually, yeah, in Seattle, it's a lot more expensive hiring these people. So yeah, the good news is we don't have to go through, buying the home, qualify for the loan, what do you call it? After you get it, gotta wait for years to save up the money to buy one, and then take you months for you to close it, and then another 6 months to a year to rehab it, like this person does. Took forever. You can make money. You want to make money now, or you want to make money 3-4 years from now? Exactly. You want to make money with 10 houses or 1 house? Whoever this owner here is listed by the property owner, Madison. Madison here probably took her a whole lifetime to save up money to buy in Seattle. To buy this house in Seattle. Let's see what's. I'm just curious. As far as, does it show any? How much? Probably over $1 million, I would think. Right? More listed for rent. 438,000. That was 2003. Okay. So now it's probably $1 million. To buy this, you need 200K down and 100K to rehab, right, guys? That's 300K. 300K, you can do 20 or around 20 of arbitrage in Seattle, right? 15K each in Seattle. Now it's only 10K if you're in like a smaller rural area, like smaller city in the South or Texas. It's a lot less. So 10 to 15K, you can get into a deal instead of 300K at this one. You see the difference? So for this one home, you can do 10 with arbitrage. And with 10, you have 10 different markets, 10 different deals, 10 different diversify your risk, and you make your money 10 times. Who wouldn't want to make 10 money from 10 houses instead of just one? Exactly. Who wouldn't want to make money now instead of waiting 20 years to buy those 10 houses? You see what I'm saying now? Who wouldn't want to diversify your risk 10 times instead of just you, right? Just one. So anyway, very good. I like it. Great central location. It's fully updated, right? You can cherry pick the one fully updated. I don't know about the backyard. It looks like it might be fenced in. A fenced-in backyard that's pet friendly is good. Cats and dogs, okay, good. And it's listed by property owner. Boom. Great job, Felicia. Great job. Yes, this is a winner. So, what do you say? Yes. Yes. You haven't had a guru do such a quick analysis. There you go. That's right. I do it live, baby. So let's make it happen. Okay, so what do you say to these clients, to these people? Okay, here's the thing. I can't show you the whole script. Okay, that would for my students, right? My students will have the access to the whole script. But what I can tell you to share with you is some of the things that some of the key points, right? Key points. Let me go to let me go to slides. My slides from yesterday. If you pay attention, I have gone over the key points for you. Okay, that you need to talk to them. So check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Mastering landlord approval. Boom. Here it is. The 4 main key points. Write it down. Mr. Landlord. And this is a part of our script, but these are the main key points you want to tell them, okay? So, number 1, Mr. Landlord or Miss Landlord, we will take care of your property like it's our own because it's our business, right? Secondly, we get professionally clean every couple months and we pay for it. Third, any repairs under $200, we're gonna take care of and we get it fixed ourselves. We're not even gonna bother you. We basically manage the property for you for free. Boom, right? And our clients are corporate professional or, insurance families. So they're not gonna do anything to jeopardize their job or their stay, right? So you're not gonna have to worry about the mom and pop who lose their job. This is you rent it out to the whole company. You get it? The company is paying. The company is worth millions of dollars, sometimes billions of dollars. You get it? Boom. Mr. and Miss Landlord. We open to a conversation. This is a no-brainer for them, guys. Remember that. They'd be crazy not to, like, have you ever heard of any tenants, if they hesitate or whatever, ask them, hey, you have any application right now that offer you these 4 things? Offer to pay for the maintenance, offer to pay professionally clean, offer take care of it like their own business. Of course not, you see? So why not? You get it? Boom, that's what you say, guys. Okay? Give them a hand, good. Now, there are more things. Your mindset, your tonality is so important when you talk to a landlord. Okay, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay, when you say it in the confident ways, things are gonna be a lot easier. Okay, and then you gotta learn how to leverage our track record. They're gonna probably ask you, hey, how many of these have you done? Okay, so if you do this without us, you don't really have a track record, right? That's why it's so hard for people who try to do it without us. A lot of my followers think they can do this themselves. So when they get asked that question, they can be like, "It's my first one." Boom, click. What do you think the landlord gonna say? Good luck to you. You see? Or when you be a part of our team, our community, you can ethically and legally say, hey, I'm a part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We've done hundreds of these deals, right? Nationwide. Here's my website. Here's my partner website. And now we want to see if your property qualifies for what we do. You see, if it is qualified, then I will do X, Y, and Z for you, right? So this is our corporate housing network. We have students nationwide. Every one of these is a student website. You say, like this gentleman, he did 5 properties within the first 15, actually the first 30 days. 5 properties make $15K a month. Passive income, retire on the beach, right? So, boom, instantly you have credibility. Instantly you have leverage. Instantly you have a community. You can partner up, expand to other markets as well, not just in your backyard, right? Boom, love it. You see? So that is a real key secret, guys. That's a real key secret why we help brand new people in this business to make 6-figure within 6 months. It's definitely not by accident. It's definitely by design. You get it? Definitely by design. Okay. So we have designed this in a way where a busy professional can do this and just spend 4 hours, few hours a week and make six-figure passive. Sounds good? You guys get it now? That is the big key. Is the community. It's a track record that people leverage, right? Boom. You see? So there you go. Sounds good? Give Felisa a hand. She found a deal, and it's a good deal. Good job. I'm excited for her. Boom. Awesome. Yeah, and Felicia actually just signed up for our mentorship, so welcome her on the family too. Super proud of her. Look forward to help her change the legacies, build generational wealth, pass it on, help a lot more people, right? Boom. All right. Very good, very good. Okay, so let's go to any questions for what I covered so far. Okay. Any other deals you guys want to look at? You guys have any deals from before? Okay. So here's the thing. We have a 7-figure script for our students only. It's go over a lot more mindset and a lot more things, but we can't review that to you. But you want this, what you can do is book a call with us, okay? I'm giving people the best thing I can give somebody is my time, right? So I have I put aside 5 spots for the 5 lucky winner for 1 hour of my time for the qualified people, okay? Now Canada's filling up really fast, so I think my team probably like two or three spots left max. So book a free call. The link's in the chat, okay? And even if you don't get me, you also, I guarantee one of my advisor can give you at least 20-30 minutes free consultation, no string attached, just to help my followers. Thank you so much for following me for a long time, right? And I want to help you. Sounds good? So thank you for showing up today for yourself, for your family. Next step is definitely book that free call with us. And if you want me to analyze the deal or location, your market for you, I can do it on that call as well. Right? We don't have time to go over everybody market, everybody thing here, but on that call, I answer all your questions, whatever you need to do, and show you. You're gonna walk away with the exact strategy, game plan on reaching your goals, your dream. You're gonna know why you want to do it. You're gonna know why, if you don't do it, what will happen, and how do you get there. Okay, sounds good. So book that call right now. Once it's gone, it's gone. Okay. I can only give so many hours of my time, so definitely take advantage of it. When I first started, if I have somebody been doing it for 10 years, give me an hour of his time or her time, I'd be like, you're crazy. Let's make it happen. Okay. Okay. So we went over this. Okay. Now, what I want to talk to you today is more into the co-hosting formula, and then how to set up to stand out, right? Because when you understand how to co-host and get into the deal without any money down, the world is your oyster, right? You can have unlimited. How many want to have unlimited real estate, unlimited properties? Exactly, right? Of course. There you go. So it's the way you communicate. It's how you do that. Zero money down, 6-figure passive without owning property. How to do co-hosting. First, you got to really understand the profit, right? You got to understand the profit, guys. It's all about the numbers, right? When you do co-hosting, the profit is huge, okay? Why? Because we're charging the corporate double the market rent, okay? Double the market rent, guys. Remember that. So a regular rent, let's say for 3,000, you can sublease for 6,000, and you make 20% of the revenue, which is about 1,200, minus utility, vacancy, net rent to the owner is 3,700, extra cash flow to the owner is $700. Remember, most long-term landlords only make about 10% of traditional rent. You know, they used to make 300, now they're making 1,000. You see, that's tripling their market, tripling their return on investment, right? Boom. You understand? That's huge, guys. If you're a landlord, if you're an investor, and I come to you and say, hey, how would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work? What are you gonna say? That's the pitch right here. Take a screenshot of that. That's the one of the best pitch I ever come up with. So very proud of myself. If you're a landlord or an investor, and you know, I come to you and ask you, hey, how would you like to double or even triple your cash flow while I do all the work? What are you gonna say? No, right? Of course, you're gonna say yes. Of course, you're gonna be open up, right? And remember, you only need just a few landlords to believe in you to get financial freedom. That's it, right? All you need is about 3 or 4 landlords that give you 2 properties each, and boom, you have almost 10 property, make you 20K a month. That's it. You see what I'm saying? So why these landlords do this? Because we are solving the landlord's issue, which is what? The owner, when they manage the property, the tenants can squat for 3 to 12 months at a time, right? Squatting is a lot of money, a lot of time, money, effort. When we manage, guess how many evictions we have for the last 10 years doing this? Hundreds of plus properties. Zero. That's right. Incredible, right? Now we have a community of hundreds plus members. So we have hundreds of property. We have the track record, the best practices. All right. So that's incredible. Why is there no eviction? Because companies has way more to lose. Insurance company has way more to lose too. They're not gonna mess around with 10, 20K damages when they can just cut you a check. They don't want a lawsuit for like $1 million or more. You see what I'm saying? So that's why there's no eviction, right? I love that because one bad eviction, one bad squatter, as you know, with traditional real estate, and you are pretty much, you know, all your profit is gone. So usually they don't make any profit anyway, because as you see, they only make about 10% of traditional rent, which is like $200-300. Now we are tripling their profit because company insurance paying a lot higher because we're gonna furnish, you know, it's fully furnished, fully with high-speed internet amenities. You guys get it? And then if the owner manages the property, they gotta pay for the maintenance of the property. And a lot of time they have to go and fix it themselves, like fix the toilet and all that. Who wanna do that? Nobody, you see? But when we do it, we have the money, the profit to hire a professional, hire the professional plumber, electrician, AC guy, you see? So the landlord don't have to fix it themselves. Make sense? So boom. Now that's why it works. That's why it makes sense. You guys get it? Good. There you go. And then the scale, referral. Most of the business will come from referral. Each one of these that you manage for somebody only take like an hour a month, really 1 to 2 hours a month, right? Once it's all set up and done. But there's nothing much after you do it, because the average stay here, remember, is 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months, okay? It's not 3 to 6 nights, okay? I mean, the average stay for a vacation rental 3 to 6 nights. This is 30 times longer, so therefore the workload is 30 times less. Make sense? Rinse, repeat, and scale. Ask for referral. Once they see that you do well in one property, they're gonna open up the whole Rolodex. Their cousin, grandma, brother, sister have other properties, you see? So all you need is the good, like the first 3 landlord, and everything else will come from pretty much them, referral. Just be your best and last tenant they ever have. And that's all you need, okay? So again, book a free consultation call if you haven't already. What is the difference between arbitrage and co-hosting? Great question. So, okay, arbitrage is when you rent a property at one price and then you re-rent it out on a different price, higher price. That's what I call arbitrage. It's the difference between two prices. So let's say you rent it for 3,000, you can re-rent it for 6,000, and you're making, after expense, everything, about $2,000 a month. Or Felicia property, she rents it for 4,000, she re-rents for 8,000, and it's making about 3,000 or 4,000 a month. You see, that's arbitrage. Re-rent the property, pay first month rent, first month deposit, plus furniture, take about 12, 15K to get one going. With co-hosting, no money down. You don't need to pay first month rent, deposit, or even furniture, okay? So the capital, definitely in favor of the co-hosting strategy. Now, arbitrage is not bad too. Even you invest 12 to 15K, you can make that money back within 6 months. Within your first year, you double your money. You double your money, that's 100% return. That's huge. That's big time return. You guys get it? That's capital, okay? Second thing is profit. Now, arbitrage, you will make more profit, okay? That's just the way it works. A little bit more risk, more profit. On about 2 to 3K a month, up to 5, 6, 7K. We have a student make 7K a month, right? Co-hosting, on about half that. So $700 to $1,600 a month for co-hosting. Get it? So it's about half of the profit of arbitrage. Next is risk. Co-hosting is definitely much more or less risk, right? If it doesn't work out, you know what? Sorry, the worst thing you probably, like the worst case, you lose your commission, and that's it. You're not really lose any money out of your pocket, right? With arbitrage, the max risk will be 5 to 10K. Okay, the furniture is still yours. You can move to another place. That's the beautiful thing about this business is you still remember you still have your furniture. You can move to another deal if it doesn't work out, right? But with co-hosting, the property owner usually provide the furniture, right? Or you can even rent the furniture. That's one way to do it too. There's a lot of different strategies, right? I don't have time to go over it all, but just know that this is like the best strategy. Arbitrage. So go back. Arbitrage is scale. Arbitrage is slower depending on your capital, right? It does take 12, 15K to do one. So it's gonna take some time for you to save up 12, 15K and do it again, okay? Co-hosting, you can scale pretty much as fast as you want because there's no capital involved, you see? Okay, next. This is the arbitrage financial freedom formula. This is the exact formula I used to get freedom at the old age of 33. That's 7 years ago, and never look back, right? Retire my parents, my mom, my dad, my everybody, and then my wife as well. Okay, and now we help hundreds of people to do the exact same thing as this. I wish I learned this in my MBA school. I wish I learned this in my doctorate program. You know, my pharmacist program. No, I didn't. I learned this from the school of hard knocks, baby, hard knocks. Okay. But now you get it for free. You guys sounds good? That's awesome, huh? So just take a screenshot of this, post this, share this, help other people, okay? All right, so this is all you need. Let's say you need 10K a month, you can get there in 3 months. First month, do one property, make 2K a month. Month 2, you do 2. Now you're at 6K. Month 3, you do 2. Now you're at 10K. Boom, you're done. 3 months, right? 3 months, you're done, okay? By month 6, you should have 11 property, make you 22K a month. 22K a month, guys. Who in here can retire with 22K a month, travel around the world? Exactly, right? That's what I'm talking about. If that's not enough, you're a surgeon or something, or you're very ambitious like me, then scale even more. By your first year, you should have like 20 something properties doing this formula, making you like 500K a year. Sounds good? That's what Felicia gonna do, right? Yeah, exactly. That's what we're gonna do. So that's what awesome. And more importantly, it's not just the money, guys, because anybody can go and make six-figure income if they're trading, everything for it, like working 60, 80 hours a week, multiple jobs. Yeah, you can make that. But the best thing is this, you only work about 4-hour work week. That's it. A few hours a week. And the best part is you're not all depending on one source of income, one job, one business, whatever. This is you have, when you do this by month 12, you have 20 something sources of income, 20 something houses. Okay? At least 10. If you have 10 sources of income, you're gonna feel a lot better. You make money in your sleep, right? You don't care if one of them don't book out for the month, because you have 9 other one making you money. You see? Versus if you only have one house, and if that doesn't book, you screw, right? Or you have one job and you have layoff or something, knock on wood, or the market change, or economy, or Trump passed another crazy law that got you out of work. I mean, it happens, When you want to have 10 houses, when you have 10 houses to 20 houses, depending your goal, guys. But imagine you have 10 to 20 houses making you 20, 30, 40K, 50K a month. Who cares who's in office? Who cares whatever going on out there, right? You create your own economy. Write that down. You create your own economy. And the holy grail to financial freedom is what, guys? Anybody from the last class? The holy grail to financial freedom, is it your job? Is it your degrees? Right? Is it your mom and pop, like brick and mortar business? No, the holy grail to financial freedom is multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. All these gentlemen who are billionaires behind me here, they all have thousands of sources of income, thousands of units of real estate. That's how they're able to build a trust fund, leave a legacy, and all of that, right? So there you go. This is it. This is the plan. Simple, effective, doable. Been done hundreds of times. I'm the type that way I know if one person can do something, I know I can do it, right? But at least if there's 100 people do it, of course I can do it. We have 15 years old who have done this. Literally, I have testimony of him. 15 years old. Sure you can be a 15 years old, right? All right, co-hosting financial freedom formula. With co-hosting, you make 1,000 instead of 2,000 a month, okay? It's the same formula, about 2 properties a month. You just make a little bit less, about half, actually a lot less. But remember, co-hosting is zero money down. So this is a great fit if you don't have a lot of money, okay? You can hit your 10K a month in 6 months if you do this, or you can just go gung-ho and do it in 3 months. We have students our best student did 5 arbitrage in his first 30 days with me, making 15K a month. Another track record from a mom who raised 2 little kids while working full-time. She did 4 arbitrage in her first 30 days, fully booked, fully not renovated, I'm sorry, fully booked. She doesn't have to renovate nothing, and fully rented out. Boom. You see, so how fast you can do it, as fast as you want. But this is a very good pace if you just want to do this a few hours a week, right? Good game plan. And you got to put it in perspective, guys. How, in the real world, how much does it take for you to hit 10K a month? For me, I had to go to undergrad, then I had to apply for graduate school, and then I had to study 60 hours a week and pray that I pass the bar, the exam, everything to get my pharmacist degree. Okay, only then do I make 10K a month. Okay, and after taxes, like 7K. After student loans, more like 5K a month. The other beautiful part of this is this: you have a ton of tax write-off. A ton of tax write-off. Disclaimer: we're not financial legal advisor, accountant. This is not financial legal advice. I gotta put that in there. Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you that the U.S., if you don't have a business that have a lot of tax write-off, you are getting rip-off. Okay, sorry to say, but if you're just a W-2 like I was paying with everything attached about 50-60% of your income. That's ridiculous, right? Well, when I started this business, shoot, you can write off almost everything because everything is related to real estate. Everywhere you look is real estate. Everywhere you go is real estate. You see? So everything you do, you can write it off pretty much because everywhere you go, you are looking at the real estate. You're looking at the market. You're thinking about your business. You're talking to people around the market. You get it? Boom. So if you're a W-2 professional and you don't have a real estate business, just get in this just for the business alone, guys. You know, I mean, I have students who pay 6 figures in taxes. That's ridiculous. Okay, ridiculous. And by just doing this business, they will save a ton of that. You see? There you go. You guys like it? Good. All right. Another plan for the co-hosting, for those who want to do fast, is you can do 3 properties a month instead of 2 properties a month. When you do 3 a month, you can get to 16K in 6 months, 34K in 12 months. So imagine you making anywhere from 15, 20K, 30K. How would you do? How would you like your life? What would you do with your life? You know, how you feel. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. Okay. So that's what we're talking about, guys. All right. We're going to click and call. Go to the next slide. The FAST method, we talk about this, right? The 4-step proprietary system. Yesterday, we focused on finding the right location. A, to ask the sublease, S is set up to stand out, and then T, to tap into the corporate clients. So we pretty much cover what we need to cover with location and sublet. Okay. Now we're gonna go to set up to stand out. Okay. So before I do that, anybody have any questions about what I just covered so far? Put down the chat. Okay. And right up essential, yes, that's a multiple sourcing backed up by real estate. That is the key, guys. Multiple source of income backed up by real estate. Okay. Rinse, repeat, and scale. That's right. It's rinse, repeat, and scale. That's all you need to do. Yeah. Take advantage of this time. That's right. If you have any question, put down the chat. Okay. I need to help you. How long is the lease you sign? Anywhere from 1 year to 3 years. 1 year to 3 years. Okay. Why? Because the longer the lease, the more you can lock in the lower price and the same amount of risk. You have a 3 years lease versus a 1 year lease, the same amount of risk for you. Okay. So might as well, if you find a good deal, lock it in for a couple years. Co-hosting, renting, yeah, but if you are managing somebody else's property, do it, yeah, for a year or even 6 months, test it out, whatever, it doesn't matter. If whatever they're comfortable with, right? If they want to test out for 3 months, do it for 3 months. Show them what you can do. Yes, absolutely. Corporate housing provider. We will talk about that. But right now we got to talk about step 3, which is set up to stand out, furnishing for higher profits, guys. Okay, furnishing for higher profit. So let's jump over there and get this done. Can you do this with your own personal property? Absolutely, absolutely, guys. If you already have property, it's gonna be a lot easier and faster for sure. You don't have to go out and find property. Just do it with your property, right? Yeah, and if you want me to analyze that property for you, then stick around. When we have some time here at the end here, I will open up and I can analyze some property for you guys. Okay. All right. So furnishing for higher profit. All right. What are some strategies to do that? Okay, 'cause it's going to be different from corporate clients. It's going to be different from vacation rental. A lot different. So what make it a corporate housing attractive to the company? You know, and we're going to go over that, right? What if 3 years then it doesn't work? Great question. So whenever you do this and if it doesn't work out, you arbitrage. All you do is give them your deposit and 1 month rent and peace. The last thing the landlord wants is to chase you down in court, go through eviction, take 6 months to a year, pay the lawyer tens of thousands of dollars. It doesn't make any sense from them. Okay? All the landlord will be very grateful. You can just get your deposit and 1 month rent. And then you can also help them rent it out to regular long-term renter as well, you see? So your max risk is really just the 1 month rent and the deposit, a few $1,000, right? Your reward is 10 times that. Remember, you're making like 30, 40K a year. You can do at least, let's say I'll do at least 3 years of that, that's 100K. So you're risking 5 to 10K to make 100K. That's 1 to 10, 1 to 20 asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. Where people go wrong with real estate, with traditional real estate, is they're risking, like that Seattle house, that person risks about 300K to make probably 300K or even less than that, right? It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So you need to be right what percentage of the time. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, 100% of the time. You know anybody who right 100% of the time? No, exactly, right? No. So that's why it works. Yeah. Make sense? Okay, so furnishing for higher profit in the corporate housing business. Short term versus midterm. Real quickly, midterm is anything longer than 30 days. Tenants are corporate professional instead of vacationer. Less maintenance, headaches. That's a big thing people don't think about. When you have a short-term rental, you move out 3 to 6 days. Every time you got to replenish the supplies. With inflation, that could be around $100 a move out now. You do that about, 5 times a month. That's $500. Versus us, we do it every 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, sometimes 12 months. I literally just signed a 1-year corporate lease with another company for 1 year where they pay me double the market rent. Okay, so do I need to replenish supplies every day, every month? No. For the whole year, guys. Hallelujah. And then they have like 4 other houses they're looking for. That's what I'm talking about. You see the difference? And guess how much, the best part, guess how much work I gotta do with that one client who signed for 12 months? Like barely anything. Once they checked in, they're good. If they something break, they call my manager. My manager called the plumber, the AC guy, the electrician, fix it while I'm over here, partying in Costa Rica or on the beach or talking to you guys. You see? That's why it's absolutely amazing. Okay? Russ is over here cleaning when I was managing 20-something vacation rental, man, every day is a nightmare. Imagining every few days you have 20-something check in, 20-something check out. Oh my goodness. I was like, I don't want to do any of this anymore. I got burned out super fast after like a couple years. And good thing I did, because then I switched everything to corporate, to midterm, to insurance, and the rest is history. We become the number one corporate housing coach in America, right? You go on ChatGPT, Google, just Google that, you see it. We are it because we've been around the longest. Nobody else teaching this except us. I mean, there's some copycats, don't get me wrong, but I'm the OG, baby. I am, okay? You look at the history, before I went viral on social media, nobody know about this whole industry. This whole industry is like a very hidden gem. I want to share this because my mission is to help 1 million families get financial freedom, not just for me anymore, right? There's only so much I can take. There's only so margarita, pina colada, so many beaches I can hang out on. Life needs a lot more meaning than that. It's very, it's my passion to see the single mom who's struggling, like that other pharmacist that we got financial freedom for within 9 months, right? Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to hang out with her family, take care of her kids, missing all the soccer balls, practice, and everything, right? That's what I got to kick out of, okay? Or the husband that promised their wife the world but it couldn't deliver, right? Now he can retire his wife, and his wife can be a full-time mom. That is an interesting, amazing feeling where you can help them. Or an individual who their mom and dad sacrificed everything, and now they're old and they don't have a place to live. And now, hey, what if you just pay off their mortgage? Or just take over the mortgage. You don't have to worry about that. Retire them, right? That is what to celebrate on. Sounds good? Okay. So renting versus owning, we kind of cover that. So it's a lot less riskier. A lot more flexibility with renting, right? And you can test different markets on that. Okay, so let's dive into what kind of furniture appeal most to corporate housing tenants. What kind of furniture? Okay, remember these corporate housing tenants, they stay there for months instead of days, right? So they don't need a pool table, they don't need a pool, they don't need a hot tub. Oh, by the way, that's a lot of expenses that you don't have to get versus vacation rental, by the way. You cut down a ton of those expenses. You know how much a pool costs to maintain? A lot, okay? A lot of money and a lot of liability, okay? Now, if you have the pool and ready at your property, that's a different story, but you don't need it. But if you do, then hey, great, good for you. But here's the thing, this is what you truly need. A dresser. Sounds simple, but these individuals stay there for months at a time. They need a nice dresser to put their clothes in, okay? They need comfortable beds to sleep on, good linens, okay? Because most of the time they need sleep. They need good lighting for work. A lot of them work from home. And pet friendly. Why? Because insurance families go through a disaster, flood, hurricane, all of that, fire, and they need a place to stay, they need a home, and they usually have kids and dogs and cats, right? So that's why they can't go and rent a hotel. And for those you have pets, you can't be in a hotel with a dog, man. It's gonna drive you crazy. They're gonna poop everywhere. Okay, but with this, you have your own private fence in backyard. They can play, they have fun, and that's why pet friendly is definitely like super important. Okay, that will get you above your competition, right? How much do you budget first time midterm rental? Okay, about 5 to 10K if you know what you're doing, like we do. If not, it's gonna be like 5K more, right? So that's why we have best practices. We can save you a ton of money by giving you exactly what you need and how you need it and where you're gonna get these things, right? So there you go. Pre-owned can save you a ton of money too. Pre-owned. Okay? You don't have to buy brand new furniture. Okay, pre-owned, like new though, like new. is very important. There's, for example, biggest, one of the best strategy is estate sales. You can get an entire estate of beautiful furniture in the rich neighborhood. Go to a rich neighborhood, right? Boom, for like a quarter of what they pay for. Boom, you get it? Okay. What are the must-have amenities and furnishing in a corporate unit? Let's take a look at that. Okay. So mirrors, kitchenwares, and fake lamps. Why? Have you ever here? Look at the picture on the right, or just look at these pictures generally. You're gonna go into looking at the plants, right? Why? Because we were born in the Garden of Eden. Okay, we wasn't born in a box of dry wood or cardboard box or metal box like a car. We were born in the Garden of Eden. So we love green. Even though if it's fake land, it look real, you might don't know the difference. You're gonna gravitate towards that. And you're gonna feel more at peace, you're gonna feel more homey, you're gonna feel more happy. Okay? Mirrors, natural lighting, give you positive energy. It help. There's a ton of study done where you have natural light inside your home and people are way more happier. And they don't know why. Because natural lighting is, give you vitamins, minerals. Okay? I gotta stop putting my pharmacist hat on. Okay? But anyway, look at this picture on the right. And if you take away the mirrors, take away the plants, what you got? A boring place, a boring corporate place, right? That's why you want to have as many mirrors and many fake lamps as possible. Plus, the mirrors make the room much bigger as well. Okay, kitchenware. Remember, these individuals stay there for months, and one of the big reasons why they do this instead of a hotel is they save thousands of dollars on eating out a month. So they need good kitchenware, like a rice cooker, a blender, a kettle. All these things are very important and must have. And then also blackout curtains. Why? Because a lot of these individuals working early morning or late at night, and sometimes they gotta sleep in the daytime, especially the medical professionals, right? Travel nurses. Boom. If you don't have blackout curtains, it's really hard to sleep. That is a must. Noise reduction fan as well, right? In the morning, in the daytime, it's very noisy sometimes. And here's a bonus, it's aroma therapy. Humidifier with aromatherapy. You put one of those in the room, voila, you have a spa. You hear me? That's very important. That's huge right there. All right. What are the better options for furnishing? Okay, because we are limited on time, so what I can tell you is just what here, but we got like a ton more. Like I can go over hours and hours for this, but I want to give you the best of what as much as I can. So anyway, memory foam mattresses. Have you ever paid like so much money on mattresses that you question like why it's so expensive? Most of them are crap anyway. You want memory foam 12 inches, okay? We have people who, the most bougiest executive and everything, and they love our mattress. And guess what? We know how to get these for only a few $100 instead of a few $1,000, right? Just the mattress alone can save you 5-10K. You see? This will make a big difference, guys. And then stainless steel equipment, longer lifetime, less work to maintain, and it look really like clean and fancy. So the good part about this is let somebody else do the work. Let somebody else renovate the place, like we said, right? So they already have the whole stainless steel, everything going for you. Yeah, specific brand store. Yeah, we don't have time to go over that, but yeah, within my student assets, yeah, we have all of that for you. Okay, so there you go. We have checklists and best practices, not just me, but thousands of people. Okay, sounds good. Any questions about furnishing? How to set up to stand out? Okay. Now is the time for those questions. Pop them in. And while you do that, I have a special testimonial for you guys. Okay, so good stuff. Yes. So this is my testimonial page. You can, my team can drop in the chat, and people can take a look at it on your own time as well. We have hundreds of testimonials nationwide. We're like the only Airbnb corporate housing coach out of all the real estate coach out there that Grant Cardone actually shouted out on his yacht, which is incredible, right? Because he knows what we are doing and helping a lot of people, changing a lot of people's lives. So ever take notice, right? They got so many testimonials, take a long time to load. Okay, so let's watch this one. Come on. So while you do that, any questions in here? Any other questions? How much you charge for damages? You want to put a deposit down, and then you have insurance. Remember, with this, you have a lot more insurance than regular rental. You have not only the rental insurance, the landlord insurance, you have your own company insurance, and you have the platform insurance that you list this from. So a lot of insurance.
So far, we got 3 properties, scaling up more thanks to Dr. Chau.
It's actually shown me that the corporate housing does work, because I see that, I believe in that, I have faith in it, so I decided to join the program. And so as soon as I joined the program, the day after, I was so pumped, and I started making phone calls to the landlord. I was able to get 4 yeses, get 4 houses furnished, and rent it out within a month.
Is that amazing? We're blazing our income within 30 days. So how fast can you do it? As fast as you want.
It was definitely new to me, the type of strategy they use to get some of the corporate housing. I didn't know that they did it this way. So it was definitely interesting to know that demand was there, that we could possibly, get in and get started like right away. Pretty much within that week, we're getting hits for bookings. The best booking that we landed was a 13-month lease.
That 13-month is going to land us $60,000. This has been a tremendous journey for us. We feel very blessed to be in this group.
In a couple weeks, I had my first arbitrage, and then even before I had it quite finished, I had an inquiry from one of the platforms, Airbnb, and that booking was for 12 days or 2 weeks, and that was exciting. I was thrilled. But then on the heels of that one, I was able to secure an insurance family, and that one, they're still in there for a total of 6 months.
I got a 6-month booking through Airbnb. That's a big win.
Wow, 6-month booking.
$30,000, 34 to be exact.
Wow, congrats, man. That's incredible. 6-month booking. How much you per month rent?
$5,800.
$5,800, nice. Yeah, how much did you rent it for?
Yeah, $3,075.
Nice. It's about what? You make like $2,000 a month?
Yeah.
How many hours do you spend a week doing this?
Probably 2.
2 hours a week. Making $5K a month. Not bad, John? Huh?
Not bad at all. I see it as the best way to create cash flow. The best way. Cash flow's king.
So it took us pretty much 30 days to get everything started, and then within that 30 days, we got a 2-month or 1-month booking, and then it just started snowballing from there, and it just started going 2.5 months, and then now we have 4 months, and we're just making pretty good money with that, close to $12,000 a month now, just for 3 properties.
This was the first step to long-term success here and creating a step to get to the next level of generational wealth.
You have to just do it and jump in with all hands in. It will work. It will be stressful, all worth it in the end. And it is a dream come true. It's the actual American dream, is the cash flow. Do it.
There you go. Woo! Love that. Love that. The actual American dream is cash flow equal freedom. Write that down. Cash flow equal freedom, guys. Cash flow equal freedom. Okay? Cash flow equal freedom. If you have positive cash flow, you have freedom. Okay? You have negative cash flow, doesn't matter if you own 100 houses and you go under, that's called foreclosure. You don't want that. Okay? There you go, right? So demand for corporate housing increasing depending on the market, right? Markets is always shift and move with different markets. So that's a great question, yes. But overall, corporate housing and insurance housing is here to stay for pretty much, you ask me, forever. Why? Because company is not gonna pay 5 hotels, okay? They'd rather pay 1 house and save them 50-70% of their room and board for their people, okay? And then insurance housing, a family is not gonna go rent a hotel when they have 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a cat, right? They're not just not gonna do that, okay? They're gonna want a home, you see? And their insurance is paying for it, so who cares? Okay? All right, do you rely on platform or build relationship? Both. If so, do you call, we used to cold call those companies, yes, you know, but over the years, now that we have established referral network, we don't have to do those cold calls anymore, thank God. But if you want to do those calls, you can call the human resource department. That's who you should talk to in the hospital, in any company you want to talk to. That's the department you want to push this in, okay? But for our students, we have a list of our trade secret like resources and connections that, you know, only our students have, and we have tested like hundreds, not thousands of resources, not just me, but my hundreds member community, to get you that the best of the best listing, the best of the best resources, so that way you can get constant booking right away. Okay. Make sure the yard is clean from pet dropping when they leave, or do you do an inventory of item before they come and go? Definitely do an inventory before and after, right? If they cause any damages, you want to charge that for the pet. And we have a whole section on the pet. Yeah, pet rent per month, absolutely. About $50 to $200 a month, depending on, you know, where you're at and what kind of dogs. Restriction, yeah, definitely non-aggressive. Smaller dogs prefer. Nothing greater than, you know, 40 pounds, right? But it's also depend on the deal. If somebody gonna sign for 6 months and pay me double the market rent, sure, I don't care if they have a big dog. You know, if they're willing to pay for the pet rent and the non-refundable pet fee or non-refundable deposit, right? Great question, guys. I love the participation here. Yes, you tell the owner you are leasing the corporate rental. Yes, you do. You don't want to don't mention anything about Airbnb and all that jazz. So everybody and their grandma is trying to pitch the landlord on Airbnb. They're like, I heard this before. Okay, pitch them on corporate housing and insurance housing. It's better to talk with the landlord on the phone and then in person, of course. In person is always better, but a lot of times you can make sure that they are open to it, right? So Diane said, how much is the tuition? So we do have different packages, and depending on where you're at, you know, that's why we have the book a call with us. So with our call, full transparent, we will, you know, go over all your questions, answer as many questions as possible. But at the same time, for only those who are interested, then I can show not only that, but I want to see if it's a good fit for us. We actually interview everybody who want to get into our community. We don't just accept anybody because we want to have the right community, the right people for the right reason, you know. And you know, we've been blessed to have hundreds of thousands of followers, so we want to help the right people. So we're going to ask you some qualifying questions as well on that call, sort of like a little, you know, vetting process. Make sure it's a good fit for us as well, you know, because we want to protect our community and grow it. So that's why the book of call is the best way to see if we're a good fit for each other. If not, no worries, right? I can still give you some free advice and make a new friend. That's it. Okay. Great question, guys. Let's see what other questions they got here. Why one bedroom or studio is less? Okay. More demand for single persons would probably stay. Okay. Okay, the reason why is one bedroom or studio, you're competing with hotels, okay? And you mainly a lot of time dealing with individual instead of a whole company, right? So you got two things going kind of against you here, because hotels it's usually very competitive for a one bedroom or studio, right? But hotels, they got free housekeeping, right? They definitely can definitely clean your room every single day, you see? And they have a lot of amenities like room service and convenience, etc. So, you know, a lot of people would prefer that instead of renting out an Airbnb studio where they have to do the cleaning every day, right? The other thing is you have individual, like travel nurses love them, right? But they don't make a lot of money, and you know, they gotta negotiate. Or somebody not necessarily nurse, but other individual, you are it's not really corporate housing unless you have like an executive. Now that's executive stay, which is not as common as the regular companies, right? So, and plus, why would you do smaller deals when you can do bigger deals? It's the same amount of work. It's one lease, one tenant, one check-in, one check-out. You getting me? For one bedroom or a studio, you're only making like $500, right? Maybe $1,000. But for a 3 or 4 bedroom, you can make $2,000 to $4,000. For the same amount of work, you're making like 3 times more income, and you have more chances of getting them booked for longer stay from companies. You're not dealing with individuals. Does that make sense? So there's a lot more involved, but you know, that's the gist of it. Hope you get it. So are you saying no cold calling necessary for this? No cold calling to the companies is really necessary. It is preferred, recommended, okay? There is a call to the landlord, yes, but I would consider that cold calling. Cold calling is when you disturb somebody and they don't expect you to call. If they expect people to call, it's a warm call, okay? When landlord renting their property, they expecting people to call. They want you to call. Sometimes they're desperate you to call. So it's not really a cold call, right? If you're looking at, like, for example, one of my students, Jim, he was here earlier, he does fix and flip, and he will tell you, he make 1,000 phone calls to do fix and flip, trying to buy a 50% discount, and you have 900 people, half of them don't pick up, the other half don't return your call, the other half cuss him out, and then maybe you get a couple of people that would be open to it, but that's it. Here, you're not gonna make 1,000 phone calls, guys. You're gonna make like, usually if you know what you're doing, you go through our training and everything, you just need to talk to 10 people. You know, you have 10 conversations, and usually you're gonna get at least 1 yes, 1 to 2 yes. Then off to the races. You can only do about 2 properties a month to like 3 or 4, but usually 2 a month. You only have 2 spots anyway. Once you have those 2 houses, you're gonna be busy for that month, right? And then next month. You see, so there's not a lot of, now I got rep that some people are just not good with communication. And that's why there's coaching, there's training, there's role playing. That's why we help people who overcome that and also have the right script, strategy, also the leveraging what we have as well, right? Because if you don't have what we have, the landlord is not going to say yes. The landlord is going to be like, why would I give my property to a brand new person who doesn't know what they're doing? You see? But when you can show them that, hey, we done this before, we have a track record, everything, boom. You see, it's a big time difference. Okay. Wow, so many questions. Love it. Why is 4-bedroom recommended? On traveling professional traveling by themselves, cost more in furnishing. Great question. Okay, so each company, they have a certain amount for each employee. If they need to house 4 people, they're gonna allot it. Let's say instead of three people, they have for 3 people they can only spend $4,000 a month. But for 4 people, they can spend $5,000 a month. You see, so it's like an additional $1,000 a month in your pocket. By the way, by just having 1 extra bedroom. Yeah, it's cost you like probably $1,000 more to furnish that room, but you're gonna make $1,000 more a month. I mean, do the math, right? I mean, it's amazing when you really understand it. Does that make sense? How much are you willing to pay for the lease? What's my response? Great question, Sherry. A lot of great questions today. We are willing to pay fair market value when you list it, plus additional maintenance, $200 a month, professionally clean, we pay for that as well. And then there you go, Now, if they want more, you can even pay them above market rent, $200 to $300. That's my ACE card. That is when you like the property, the landlord hesitates for whatever reason, and you just want to give them a little hump. Hey, how about I pay you $200 above market rent? I mean, has any tenants ever do that? Not a lot. You see, tenants always try to negotiate. We're trying to deliver more value to them. You see, so always here's something I learned, guys. In any negotiation, a deal, the amateur always trying to tech. Like, what's in it for me? What can I get? Nickel and dime you. That's the amateur. Okay. The average person want a fair deal, 50-50, right? Everything's fair. But the pro, guys, listen carefully. The pro leaders of the world, they give more than they take. The pro giver gonna give you way more value up front, right? Like us, for example, cleaning, we pay for. Maintenance, we pay for. Pay you above market rent, we pay for. You see, we're gonna be the best and last tenant you ever have. Boom. Who's gonna win in the long run? Because I'm not looking at this deal. You guys looking at one deal, I'm looking at the next 10 deal. Does that make sense? Always have the 10x mindset. Look at the next 10 deals versus this one deal. You do good with them for this one deal, you're gonna have 10 deals in the pipeline. That you don't need to make any more calls. They all gonna come from referral, and they don't even need to, like, a lot of the time I have them off market. Once I have the relationship and they see that I'm a good tenant, sure, they're gonna text me, hey, I have this one, I'm about to lease it, list to lease. Why don't you see if it works for you? Take it. I don't even have to list it. Boom, done. Make sense? I hope you guys got that. Because what I gave you guys was a gem right there that I learned from these. All the people who are the most successful are the most giving people that I ever know in my life. Okay? It's the law. You give more, it's going to come back to you. And maybe not necessarily from them, but it's going to come from God. So there you go. How much time involvement set up a problem? So many great questions today. I love it. Okay, if you know what we know and you hire it out, is usually like the fastest I ever done is 2 days. I can fully furnish the whole home with my team. Okay. Now for you guys, maybe a week. Okay. So there you go. Now there are different nuances so that way you don't have to pay rent during the setup property. One of the big strategy or ways is ask the landlord before you move in, you know, a week ahead of time, 2 weeks ahead of time. Hey, we already signed the lease, we put down the deposit, we have a good relationship. Let me ask you this. Can I please drop off my furniture, move in before the lease start? I take you out to dinner or something. What they're gonna say? This is after this you sign the lease and everything. That's why you want to sign the lease like 2 weeks out, so you have time to strategize everything. The moment the lease start, ideally you want to be fully furnished, if not within 2 days, so you don't have to pay on that rent. And then if you're smart, you're gonna list that property way before the lease start. As soon as you sign that lease with the landlord, let's say you move in 2 weeks, you start marketing now on our platform. So by the time that the lease start, fully furnished, you get bookings. You see, so there's a lot of different strategies. You see, what I just gave you is just so much. There you go. Okay. I'm excited now. Awesome iPhone. Have you booked a call with us? If you're not excited, if you're excited enough, excitement without action is dead. Faith without action is dead. So book that call with us. That's your next step. Okay. Is there a guarantee with your program? Yeah, we offer better than money guarantee. Okay. We will coach you until you make your initial coaching investment back with us, even if it will take you longer than a year. Our program is a year long. If it's longer than that, whatever reason, we'll coach for free the second year or even the third year. Okay. I'd rather have that, right? Because the thing with money back guarantee is it gives people a way out. You know, it gives people a quick, easy decision to quit, right? And if you go into something with that mindset, you're not gonna make it, guys. Okay? That would be worth it, big time. Awesome, wow, give yourself a hand for participating, for asking great questions. I'm super proud of you guys, okay? For yourself, pat yourself on the back, for real. You know, I'm very impressed with this group, you know? Great questions, love it. All right. Thank you, you're the best. Okay, so for the last 20 minutes here, let me look at some deals or some market that you guys want to look at. We'll make things happen, okay? Any markets, any deals, now's your time, okay? Any last questions, now's your time, take advantage of it. Talk about the corporate housing network and how to get them to pay you. Yeah, Felicia, you're already a student. We will go over that individually with you within our coaching program. That's a big load of questions, right? And of course, my students gonna have access to my biggest secrets, right? I can't just give out to the public. It's not gonna be fair to you guys, okay? All right, 9 Business, Highway 9 Business, West Loris, South Carolina. Okay. All right, Elsa, good to see you. See you on the call. Okay, let's check out this Eugenia. I actually grew up in South Carolina, believe it or not, out of all places. I love the South though. It's good people. Okay. Yeah, let's look at this. Any other markets, any other deals you guys have? Take advantage of this. Okay. Okay, this one close to Myrtle Beach. Huh, where's the house? Is that the right address? Okay, there's 0. Is this the right house? Yes, okay. Okay, guys, here's the thing with smaller town. This is definitely a small town. This business worked best if it's at least medium size or bigger city. Okay, this one looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Now, if it's your own property, you can still test it out, right? And if it works, boom, you can be king of the hill because nobody else is doing this. But again, you also have a big risk of it's not gonna work. What I would do is go to the closest big city like Raleigh, Charlotte, great areas here. Within 3 hour drive here, you have a lot of other markets. Why limit yourself to that? Or Charleston, South Carolina, Columbia, right? You can go any of these places and it will work in these cities. You see? So there you go. All right. Expand that way. The reason why people buy in rural area, well, not necessarily you, but maybe it's your house, you grew up there, and that's great. But usually because that's with investment property, you know, you only qualify for a certain amount, right? But when you rent a property, you can rent in A plus neighborhood, A area, A property. You see what I'm saying? But when you buy, maybe you can only afford B property in C neighborhood, right? So that's why I love the arbitrage, because you can leverage deals like this. Well, look at this house. That's gorgeous. Whoa, iPhone G. This house is beautiful. Absolutely, this neighborhood is gorgeous. Of course, yeah, this will definitely work. Beautiful, beautiful. iPhone G, what's your name? Okay, and then we can, Kenya, okay. Beautiful Kenya. Let's look at this, boom, this location, you see? When I zoom out, what you got? 2 highway intersect. See 2 highway intersect here? And what you have? Costco, Sam's Club, Holiday Inn, Courtyard Marriott, Golf Club, Healthcare Hospital. What more can you ask for? Right? If it's good enough for the multi-billion-dollar company, check. It's good enough for you. And the home is gorgeous. So yeah, absolutely, this is a great deal. Yeah. Love it. Cha-ching. Cha-ching with this one, okay? Cha-ching with this one, okay? I love it. I love this one. Look how beautiful this home is. Now here's the thing. Here's a crazy thing. You want to pop this into Zillow? Here's a crazy thing. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Are you the owner? if you all, I don't know if you are able to say like, but you don't have to, like Zillow estimate is almost 877,000. Now, if you're gonna buy this house right now, you need 20% down in investment properties. You need about 160,000 plus maybe 40,000 for little rehab, closing costs, whatever. 200K to get into this deal. Guess how much the rent is? About 4,600. You mean instead of $200,000 and take you, a year for you to go through the whole loan process, you can just rent it for 4,600 and make money today? Yeah, right? How many of these can you rent for 200,000? I mean, first month down payment, 10,000. You need 10,000 to get you going. So you can rent plus you can rent like plus furniture, another 7-8K. In California it's a little bit higher. So with 200K you can do at least 10 of these to 15 of these. You see the difference? And now you see why my students make 6-figure within 6 months, retire early. Okay. Great question, Eugenia. How far from these places Costco, Walmart, Hostel have to be from the property? Within a few miles, depending on where you are at. But ideally, like within 2 or 3 miles, Yeah, but this property is a great location. All right, let's look at this. Sherry. Love it, love it. Love analyzing deal. Okay. Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, I love the South. I love the accent. I try to pretend I know, but I couldn't do it. Somebody do some Southern accent. I love it. Anyway, Hilton Garden Inn is right there. Good. What else? There's a hospital, San Francisco. There's 2 highways, you see? With 2 highways intersect right here. And what do you see? A Target. Wow, Target's good. So, voila, right? A steakhouse, a big hospital, hotels, right? Boom. Good to go. A Lexus wouldn't hurt at all. A Lexus in Memphis. Trader Joe is good. Trader Joe is good. Sam Club, Costco, fantastic, guys. It's just going. Awesome. Location, fantastic. Good to go. Now look at the house. Let's see where we can find here. Oh, and by the way, look at how many rental are out there. It's abundance. Look at all these deals. So there's abundance out there, okay? Always have abundance mindset. Not scarcity mindset, abundance mindset. Okay? Abundance mindset. Always have abundance mindset. Always know that you are premium. You are VIP. You are premium. Okay, you deserve to be premium because you have abundance. You were born into abundance. You want to get deeper than that? I'm a Christian, so you are royalty. Okay, you're sons and daughter of the Most High God. So everything that God has belongs to you, right? So when you come from that perspective, you're gonna give more of your time, your energy, because you have abundance. Of course, give some of your money too. And then God can reward you. There you go. Okay, so This one is 500K. It's a beautiful home. Wow, look at this big trees and curb uphill is a big thing. That, you know, in the south, it's a beautiful landscaping. Okay, beautiful landscape. Love it. Single story, perfect. Because a lot of older people, they don't want to climb the stairs, right? Look great. This one, 5 bedroom, 4 bath, 3,000 square feet. Fantastic. Okay. Wow, rent estimate is 7,800. Really, in Memphis, Tennessee? Wow. I wonder if this is right or not. That's a lot. I mean, usually we double the rent estimate for corporate clients. So who knows? Like, you probably can hit 15K with this, right? This is very interesting. This is very interesting, Sherry. It is correct. Wow, 7,800 for vacant rental. So that means that you can rent it for 15K to corporate clients. Okay, this is a big home. Okay. Huh, that's very interesting. For 500K, you can have a home that rents out for this much. Shoot, that's why I love the South, you guys. Let's check out another. Is there another one? Another one. Remax Realtor. Let's see what. 697 Rebrook Birch, Tennessee. Whoa, why does this home look different? 6797. 6797. Huh, that's interesting. But anyway, she's the owner. She would know. There you go. Hey, that sounds like a big winner right there. A big winner. Okay, a huge winner. So great job. Great job, Sherry. I really hope you booked that call, and if you lucky enough to land a 1 hour with me, we can talk more business, and I would love to see how we can help you to get 15K, at least 12K a month for that property. Okay. Nice. All right, Sherry, give me a hand. Cool. Okay. I got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna end this with a visualization. Okay. But before I do that, I'm gonna pop into my testimonial bank, and I want to see you guys to believe again, to see what's possible, how you can help more people. Okay, so let's play this. Let's make it happen.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have other business endeavor as well. So in addition to that, I'm gonna focus on that and then the corporate housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
About on average $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed $50,000.
Wow. How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to be a pharmacist?
Forever.
I actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year. And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's 20K a month, baby. Let's go.
5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
All right. How much are we making with this?
About $12,000 a month.
20,000 a month. Yeah, so peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's glowing. He's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about one a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months.
I'm a realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man, the tools you provide, people we're around, we teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
A month. I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. It's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go.
Let's go. So if a 15 years old single mom and a truck driver can make 6 figures, travel the world, you can as well, right? That's awesome. So for this last couple minutes here, I want you guys to visualize if you already achieve it, okay? So you can either, whatever you wanna do, close your eyes or whatever, or standing up. But what if you have all the freedom in the world? What will you do? What if this will be your view every single day? Sunset on Malibu. What will you do with your life? Okay? What will change for you and your family? Okay? Imagine as if you already make it. How much you want to make a month? 20,000? 10,000? It doesn't matter the number. 40,000? As long as you have more cash flow than your expenses, you have freedom. Okay? And you're able to travel the world. Have all type of freedom that you want. What will you do with your life? Okay? Or is it just simply stay at home and play with my little angel? This is Baby Nugget. I love Baby Nugget. Okay? Right? Or is it your kid? Who is it? Why is this important for you? I want to challenge you to never let that go. Okay? Never let your dreams go. Because these dreams can come true for you. If it came true for an immigrant boy who didn't know any English and grew up sleep with mom and dad on a one mattress, because that's all we have, with my sister in the ghetto, not fun, growing up. And we have helped hundreds of people just like you, then why not you? Why not now, right? So, think about this. Imagine it as if everything is possible. What will you do with your time? How you feel? Imagine the looks in your family eyes when you told them, hey mom, dad, I retire you, don't worry about it. I got it covered. Imagine surprising your wife, your husband, with a 3-month trip to Costa Rica. Go to Paris to watch the opening of the Olympics, once in 100 years history. Go to Santorini, Greece, all right, and have the most epic pictures taken by professionals. Or whatever it is that you want to do, skydiving, the sky's the limit, right? Or give $50,000 to help the sex trafficking people in third world countries. right? I'm very grateful to say that I've been blessed to have done all of that except the skydiving. Still got to work on that. But everything else I told you, we have done, and so can you. Okay? Or play chess with a billionaire, Sir Richard Branson, talking about the world's biggest problems and trying to solve it with him. Okay? Hang out with Tony Robbins' home and jump on his hot spring. He has a natural hot spring and a natural cold spring inside of his mansion. It's ridiculous. Okay? Or go on a yacht with Grant Cardone and win a game of poker with him and end up donating all of that to his foundation for kids. That's freedom. That's the dream. Pass it on. What's your dream? I challenge you to dream again. I challenge you to believe again. I challenge you to help more people. I challenge you to dream bigger, 10 times bigger, 100 times bigger. Because only when your light shine is when you can help free others liberate themselves. One of my best, amazing favorite quote, right? Let your light shine, baby. Let your light shine. All right. With that, love you guys. Take care. God bless. Celebrate. You guys made it. You guys made it to the end. I'm super proud of you guys. Super proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. And celebrate as if you already made it. As if everything is possible for you. Celebrate every single day. This amazing few minutes here. Every single day in the morning. Every single day at night. As if you already made it happen. And you will attract it to your life. It is a great secret that all the billionaires know. All right? Much love. Peace out. Book that car. We'll see you on the car. All right? Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Boom. Take care, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. God bless.